The sports you know and the players you love. This is the Kittitas Valley Sports Show with your host, Ryan Kuhn.
Welcome to the Kittitas Valley Sports Show. I am your host, Ryan Kuhn, and you are listening to the only sports podcast that features everything from high school sports to Central Washington athletics to rodeo. This is episode number 2, and the one thing I love about summer is, of course, my time off. After nearly 10 months of covering football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, and other sports, I finally get a break. But my next 2 guests don't. Eric Sorensen is the head coach of the Kittitas baseball team and has put together a summer program for his players. Eric, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
So let's talk about, you coach baseball during the year, but summer, there's no time off.
You know, summer's a good time. We love to get the kids together, and it's in non-pressure situations. It's an opportunity for them to work at the skills that they need to improve. And when the regular season's going on, you know, there's a lot of pressure, and the 20 games you get matter. And I'm not saying that the games in the summer don't matter, but it's an opportunity for them to fail, learn from it, and become better players in general. And it's an opportunity that we can get people in arms in shape, build arm strength, and get lots of at-bats and swings in to get some kids' bats improved.
So Eric went to Central Washington University's local guy, born and raised in Kittitas?
Yep.
So when you were going to school, did you experience this too, playing summer baseball and all that?
Oh, yeah. When I went to Kittitas High School, I played. When I was 16 years old, I got to play for the River Dogs in Columbia Basin. Actually went to a World Series. And then the next 3 summers after that, I went down to Selah and played for the Archers of the Pepsi Packs.
How was that? I know Mike Archer's a big name down there.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome, man. Those guys, if you work hard and do everything they ask, they'll give you an opportunity. And a cool opportunity, the whole clubhouse down there, the closest thing we've probably got to a big league experience in the summer of playing every day, getting there ballpark probably 3 hours early, 4 hours early just to go hang out in the clubhouse and get some extra swings in and stuff. And it was a lot of fun being able to do that. So
how is summer baseball different than during the year? I mean, is it basically the same? You guys go out and play Othello and some of these Tri-Cities Prep and all these other schools, or how does it work?
So this year we only played a few games. We did more practicing than we played a few years ago. Yeah, we set up. Brewster always reaches out to us, and we just try to reach the local teams. They even try to play against Ellensburg in a couple of scrimmages, and we love going down, the Selah, the Peppers, the junior team, Legion team down there. They have a tournament we just finished up with, an opportunity to play on a really nice field against some competitive dudes. And basically, we reach out to the contacts. I like to keep it an easy trip. That's a big part of it because, trying to get guys wrangled up and carpool into, Brewster's not an easy trip. But we'd like to, stick around and play competitive guys within our area.
With Eric Sorensen is Justin Hudson. He's going to be a junior this year. Yeah. Shortstop, pitcher. What else do you play, Justin?
That's about it. Play anywhere.
Come on, you can play second. You can play first.
Third, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you like about summer baseball?
I just like that it's warm outside and there's no wind, and I don't know, just hanging around with my friends, and these coaches are pretty fun to be around.
I was gonna say, talk about the wind. I mean, during the spring, it's bad. I'm out there and I'm bundled up in my winter gear. I mean, do you see a complete difference in the spring and with summer with the wind and the weather?
It's a hit and miss for me. What about you, Coach?
Yeah, man. We still have our days.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more. We have more days that aren't windy, which is nice.
But you have to deal with the heat too.
Yeah, we don't practice till later, so we're okay then.
See now you got to get the administration and get some lights out there and practice at night.
That's a great. We'll have to make that bid to the school district tomorrow to get us some lights out there. I'm in.
Talk about the competition, Justin. I mean, how different is it, the summer baseball compared to the EWAC and some of these other teams you played during the regular year?
It's pretty competitive, honestly, and sometimes you'll get blown out, and sometimes it's super close games, and baseball is just. I feel like it's always competitive every time you play against the game, not the competition, is what they kind of tell us.
Is that what you learned at Central, Eric? Or?
Yeah, you got to play against the baseball, not your opponent. Yeah. You think about baseball is such a cruel game. It will humble you so fast, and so you got to control the controllables, and you're basically playing against the baseball.
So talk a little bit about how long have you guys done summer ball? I mean, when did you start this up?
My first year as the head coach, which was 4 years ago,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, that was the first year. We've kind of had this group together. We've always done a younger Babe Ruth team before, but as like a Kittitas High School team, it's been about 4 years, and we took last year off. But luckily we had Catlin Electric came up and sponsored us this year, so there was a lot more incentive to get going. And when you get the funding to be able to do this and get kids, we got kids riled up and ready to go.
So talk about the funding a little bit. I mean, so you get a sponsor like this electric company, and do they pay for everything, or how does this work?
Yeah, the first year is always a tough one to get going. Jerseys and luckily we kind of look like the mismatch when we're up to bat because we all had different colored helmets on, but we don't really care about that. We're there to play. But the one tournament we played in, the entry fee to get into that, and in the future here, next year we already have the jerseys established, so we can pick up another tournament. And we're gonna along the way we're gonna look into more fundraisers and actually, youth coaches look out for a coaching clinic that we're going to put on for the Little League coaches to help fund this and try to do a little bit more next year.
And with players like, Justin here, I mean, is it your entire team from the regular year, or do you pick up other players?
It's mostly Kittitas kids. We were lucky enough to pick up Adam Rinaldi from Cleon. Hopefully I said your last name right, bud. He actually was a great pickup for us because he threw the last game of the tournament and threw a shutout, 5 innings, and did very well. We 10 ran the team, but we are a Kittitas-based team, but with kids like such Justin playing summer basketball and kids playing summer football, and we're also in a farming community, kids farming throughout the year. We need all the help we can get sometimes to field all 9 to make sure we are on the field. So we do pick up every once in a while.
I was going to say, Justin, you're a multi-sport player. You play basketball as well. Is it hard balancing in the summer? Because I saw you out on the basketball court too. I mean, basketball, baseball. Do you get a time off at all, or?
It's like one to the other, pretty much. There would be a practice in the morning and then practice in the afternoon. I'm all right with that.
I mean, why do you like that so much? I mean,
I don't know. I get out there. I stay out of trouble, I'd say. Just playing sports and that's all I got.
Baseball or basketball? You got to pick one.
Oof.
I know your coach is here, but
I don't know. They're both pretty great. Basketball has been pretty successful for me, I guess.
What about you, Eric? With a lot of your players or multi-sport athletes, how do you just balance them where you want to get the most out of them, but at the same time, I mean, you need to put a team together, and you need them to perform the way that you want them to perform.
Right.
How do you balance that?
I encourage everybody to play all 3 sports. 3-sport athletes makes you a better athlete, and we are I like to think that we're pretty accommodating with scheduling practice. He might be shaking his head no, but we just make it work. We know when the basketball team's practicing or when the football team might be, and the days that we do have games, we try to get it out early enough to where they know that this is a day you need to be here. But then we also know that they're working hard, becoming a better athlete in general just by being at someone else's practice too.
So is it more laid back this summer ball where it's you guys can joke around and talk to some of these other kids or other kids and coaches, or is it more like really competitive where we're going out and we're going to beat you?
Well, I like to think we're a lot more laid back. I think we're kind of laid back staff in general, but we got to teach the kids where we do play long days, and this is a good part about summer baseball that helps us out is teaching them that we need to be laid back and loose and have fun, but when we get off the bus during the spring and it's league time, we got to flip that switch and get going. And I like to think that we have that capability with the players. Justin's a good one at it. That we're loose, ready to go, and then when first pitch happens, it's flip that switch, and it's next 7 innings, we're going to beat you.
Well, hey, you said you're loose, but when you told me last year that you almost got ejected, and you did get ejected.
Okay, I did 2 years ago. That was an unfortunate incident. Yeah, that's for another podcast. But we're going to leave that one there.
No, that's fine. It shows good spirit and good heart. So, how much improvement have you seen through these kids? And like Justin and some of these other guys from, day one of baseball. Not only even in the summer, but day one of baseball in the spring to all the way through summer ball.
We've seen out quite a bit. Even just in with miles per hour in the bullpen, kids have jumped up, 5-10 miles an hour since March. Granted, it's also 40 degrees warmer.
It's true.
And that helps in arm health, but And I think anytime you're putting in the time and the effort and you're getting the extra work in, you're going to see improvement. And I love the kids that showed up, because I know when it comes springtime, they're invested in the time they put in the summer, and they're going to invest in time in this winter. I hope. I can't make them be there, but I know we got a really good PE coach and Coach Wood that's going to make sure these kids are getting better in the winter time in the weight room. And I'm really excited to see, where we left off this summer to where we're going to pick up in the spring. And I think it's going to be improvement.
Justin, what do you think you've really improved in over the summer, and just with the baseball?
We've been hitting a lot, and just mass ground balls. We take a lot of them and throwing across. Like, my arm's probably getting healthier. Last year I had a few hiccups with my arm hurting a little bit, but I feel like it's helping a lot.
You ready for that junior year?
Yeah, for sure.
And what do you really want to work on and improve on being one of these captains and for next spring?
I just want to try to find a way on base and try to keep every ball in front of me, I'd say.
So where does summer baseball go from here? I mean, you guys now are sponsored. Where do you want to go from here?
For this summer, we're kind of wrapping up the, end of this month. WIA won't let you do anything with them. But I do know that from here on out, we're going to try to keep the Shocker baseball program together. And whether, it's going to be based around the Kittitas kids, but we always take, we'll take people in that want to come out and compete and get better. My hopes for it, like I said earlier, is this winter our coaching staff will put on a youth clinic for coaches in the Little League, just to make sure awareness of what's going on, and then roll it around the next summer, and we're going to have a lot better. We have a great coaching staff this year, and we're looking forward to getting a good off-season plan, so the next summer we can pick up 10 more games.
Well, that brings me up a good point. Since we have a little bit of time, as a coach, there's multiple sports these kids play. Do you try to go out and recruit them at a younger age and say, hey, play baseball for me, even though you're in middle school, and keep in contact with them to kind of?
Yeah, there's some of that going on. You see them, and the cool part about our community is a good majority of the kids.
Yeah.
And so whether mom and dad I try to go, being a farmer, I'm not in the school as much as some of the other coaches.
Okay.
But I try to, get my face out there and seen, so the kids know that I hope they think I'm a welcoming face to come talk to.
I was going to say, Justin, what about you? I mean, when did you start playing baseball?
I started playing baseball at a young age. I'd say probably T-ball, 5 years old.
Probably. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you've played all now 2 years with him, and what do you like about it? How does he compare to some of these other coaches you've been under?
He's pretty laid back. He knows what he's talking about, and you just gotta listen, and he'll help you out throughout the way. I feel like it's nice to be around. We can joke around all the time.
Summer baseball, there's no off season, is there?
No, there's never an off season.
There's never an off season.
My assistant coaches probably get annoyed with how many text messages I send them throughout the year. I guarantee it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Sorensen, head baseball coach for Kittitas High School. Justin Hudson, starting shortstop, pitcher, whatever he else wants to play, or Eric will let him play.
Dang right.
And that wraps up another episode of the Kittitas Valley Sports Show. My name is Ryan Kuhn, and I will leave you with this. Champions keep playing until they get it right. Goodbye, everybody.